Hey, good morning, guys. Matt Caster here, and today we're going to talk about why you should never use an external gate when you get ready to do your podcast. Okay? Gates are truly set up if you wanted to, if you wanted to catch a clean sound on a specific note or a drum kit, and that's just the way they truly do work. Now, I have a particular gate. It's a DBX 166XS. As you can see right here on the left, it does have the expander and the gate, the compressor, and the peak limiter. Now, if I'm out on location somewhere, I will use this, but I'll never use the gate part of it for background noise. Okay? And we're going to see why here in a second. So let's go ahead and bring up Reaper, and we're going to go ahead and just start a track. And I'm going to make sure that my input is on the left. I am using a Tascam 16/8, and I'm going to arm the track, and then I'm going to look and see what my noise floor is, as well as my background noise, okay? And we're going to be silent, and we're going to watch the gauge right down here. We're going to watch our meter. Okay, so right now it's running about a -54, and we're going to go ahead and start the record. It's going to do me a countdown of 5 seconds. That's the way that I have it set up. Just gives me a little bit more time. So we are actually recording now. And then what I'm going to do is when we get, I'm just going to speak for a little bit here. And then I'm going to open up my media player, and I'm going to play a 16 LUF sine wave. And we're going to use that. We're going to simulate that as the background noise. Okay? So what you truly want to do is you want to allow yourself probably 3 or 4 seconds to where you can get a noise profile and clean your file up that way instead of using a gate. So let's go ahead and give us about 4 seconds. Okay, so that's enough time right there where we can go ahead and get us a noise profile. And let's go ahead and we're going to bring up now our sine wave, and we're going to play it in the background. Okay, now this is what happens when you use a gate. Now, as you are using your gate, you have to set it that it will open up and allow your voice to come through, but block out everything else. So I'm going to play this sine wave. We're going to have a little bit of silence, and I'm going to use that part of the silence to gate it. But then you're going to see in the example that as soon as the gate opens up and I start speaking again, it's going to allow that sine wave to come right in over top or with my voice. And this is why you do not want to do it this way. Okay? So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to say a few things as we speak, and I'll show you why it does what it does. Now, with the sine wave being on, as you can see, as I talk, I'm going to try and clear this from my voice as well. And you're going to see that unless it's just extremely hard to do unless you have high dollar plugins and you spend a tremendous amount of time trying to achieve this. Okay, so that's it for the audio section on this. And then once I bring this file and render it to the proper dB, we're going to come back and play around with it. Okay, guys, so we're back in Reaper now, and I've got this one track broken down into actually 3 tracks. And we're just going to listen to it here for a second. I've got some meters up here. We're going to look at these as we come through. And let's just go ahead and play this. I want to start from here going forward. This is where the sine wave's actually going to come in. So we can come right over here. This sine wave's at a little bit lower volume. And, it's real hard to duplicate your background noise because I don't know what your recording environment is. But we're going to do a few things here, and we're just going to get past this. So let's go ahead and let's zoom in a little bit. And let's go ahead and listen from here. Now, with the sine wave being on, as you can see, as I talk, I'm going to try and clear this from my voice as well. And you're going to see that unless it's just extremely hard to do unless you have high dollar plugins and you spend a tremendous amount of time trying to achieve this. Okay? So as you can see, your background noise, you have to remember, like I said, when you set your gate, it's going to come open when you start to speak. So let's go ahead and pull a gate up here. And this comes stock with Reaper, and we're going to try two different things here. We're going to go ahead and actually go with the gate. And the reason I wanted the meter up here is because I want to see what the actual reading is going to be with this sine wave, and that's going to be it right there. I can tell by the waveform. And let's just go ahead and look and see what that says. Okay. Now, down here when I'm looking at it, and I can get the figure, it's running at about a negative 13, maybe a negative 14. So I'm going to adjust the floor now as this plays. And let's go ahead and zoom back out a little bit. And that's the thing about your plugins, guys. You got to play with them, okay? And we're just going to adjust this until I can start to hear the voice come through. As you can see, as I talk, I'm going to try and clear this from my voice as well. And you're going to see that unless it's just extremely hard to do. Unless you have... Okay, now as you can see right there, it'll show you, I can bring this all the way back over to infinity. And when you watch this, that's it. See, that's what the sine wave is. That's the actual background noise. And my voice just barely covers it. Okay, and I know this is exaggerated, but I wanted to prove this, prove this point here. So if I lower it and bring my voice up, and you spend a tremendous amount of time. See, even if I try and take it out just a little bit, let's go back. As I take it out, I'm also reducing my input level for my voice. And you're going to chase these numbers around and around and around. Okay? So we're going to take this same plugin now, and we're going to put it on subtract. And this is actually going to be a noise reduction. So we're going to zoom back in. We don't need the meter now. And I want to capture this part of the sine wave right here. So I'm going to click this box. I'm going to play it, and I'm going to stop it before it gets back into my voice again. There's our profile. Okay, that should look very, very familiar to what it showed us on the gate. And guys, these are the things that you cannot do with Audacity. Okay, you have to be able to see these. You have to know what they look like in order for you to try and do something, to remove that or to work on your audio file. At this time, you would uncheck this. We're going to zoom back out. We're going to come back now, and we're going to watch and we're going to manipulate this. And this is done simply by grabbing it anywhere with your cursor, holding down the control key, and see I can move this anywhere that I want to. Okay, so let's go ahead and play it now, and we're going to do this, and you're going to see at one certain point, it's going to start to degrade my audio file, and you'll be able to hear this. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this now. Let me bring this back to the very beginning, and let's hit play. Now with the sine wave being on, as you can see, as I talk, I'm going to try and clear this from my voice as well. And you're going to see that unless it's just extremely hard to do unless you have high dollar plugins and you spend a tremendous amount of time trying to achieve this. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so you can see where it's running. You can see where the pattern follows. So let's go ahead and try and move this around a little bit now. Now with the sine wave being on, as you can see, As I talk, I'm going to try and clear this from my voice as well. And you're going to see that unless it's just extremely hard to do unless you have high-dollar plugin and you spend a tremendous amount of time trying to achieve that. Okay, now put the primary theme on. As you can see, as I talk, I'm going to try and clear this from my voice as well. And you're going to see that unless it's just extremely... Okay, as you can clearly hear, the only way I can try to take that background noise out is to put the remover, the noise remover, above my voice. And as soon as you do, then you get that distortion of the audio. Okay? So that is why you should never use a gate when you do your initial recording. The simplest thing to do is we're just going to come up right here and we're going to delete all three of these tracks. We don't need to save them. We're going to start a new track. We're going to arm it. Now we're going to check our input level down here again. I know it's running at a negative 54. We're going to go ahead and record, and we're going to leave about 3 or 4 seconds of silence at the beginning of the recording. Okay, now what I've done is I've just put in a noise profile, and this is exactly what I want to do. Now, when I go into post-production, it is very easy for me to apply a gate or a simple noise reduction using Reaper. Okay, and I'm going to show you how. And then we're going to call this a wrap. And we're going to save all. And we don't need this anymore. We can bring this to the very beginning. And now this is what I'm looking for. I'm going to come up here, left mouse click, and I'm going to start me a window. And I'm going to trap my cursor inside here by clicking this button. Now we're going to bring up the same program. And we're going to do our subtract, and this is going to build our noise floor. Okay, so let's go to the beginning and hit play. Okay, now that's it. Now, if I had something running in the background, right now I have my air conditioner and my ceiling fan going. Okay, I would unclick this, and now it's going to strip this completely out of this little bit of audio file. So let's go ahead and play through it. Watch this line right here, and watch my voice be way up in here. It'll never get close to that line. Okay, watch. Oh, let me take it out. Now what I've done is I've put in a noise profile. And this is exactly what I want to do. Now when I go into post-production. Okay. Now as you can see, now let's go ahead and I want to bring up a meter in case you're not using headphones. And we're going to look at this during this dead silence. We're going to be looking at this number right here. And let's watch and see what it is now that this audio has been cleaned. You see it? It's over here running in the negative hundreds. Remember, the ACX, the max is a negative 60. We've just beat that by a negative 40 dBs. Okay, so let's watch it again. Okay, now what I've done is I've put in a noise profile. And this is exactly what I want to do. Okay, so as you can see, that worked out just perfect. Okay, guys, so you need to use your plugins for particular things that you want to accomplish. But like I said, using that gate as you record before you even have a chance to do any post-production whatsoever, you're absolutely taking a long way to the barn there, okay? It's just not the proper way to do it, and I hope this video has helped explain it. I know it wasn't a very good job of it, but it's real hard to gate something and ungate it as an example when you're trying to put all this together and make it come out sounding the way that it should. All right. God bless. Take care. Got any questions? Admin at yourpodcastreview.com. All right. We are out of here.